So some things are trickling in for the tailgate tour truck. New AC, brakes, drums, some sensors, plugs, wires. Still got a few things to come. I think I'm going to wait till everything shows up and do it all at once. And rather than kind of piece it together. I got the fuel pump, but I'm waiting on the sender. So there's no sense in taking the truck apart until I get everything that I want, or ordered, I should say. Still got to get the fog lights completely mounted. I figured out how I'm going to do that. And the other night I polished this emblem out, and I think I just went ahead and ordered me another grill. I really hate how it's not recessed there. I don't like how it just sits on top like that. I mean, it'll clean up nice. I'm going to keep it, not going to trash it, anything like that, because that's just dumb, getting an accident or crack it or something like that. At least I've got something to replace one if I damage it or something like that. Like, so I've got other grills over there, one hanging up there, got one behind this canopy here, but anyway, you know what a grill looks like. But the other type of aftermarket, like I've said numerous times, this is actually recessed in it. It just doesn't have the exact bow tie cut out. It's just like notched here, but at least it sits in the grill, which isn't great, but better than sitting on top of it. As you can see, the gap there, that's just nothing you can do about that. You could go in there and maybe wallow out the hole some, maybe, I don't know, but this is aftermarket, that's aftermarket, so you know. There's an old saying that says, mix and match and you sell, let me start over. Mix and match and you shall see things don't fit as they are meant to be. But again, small complaint, better than nothing, but I want to go ahead and pretty good price on it. But that, at least that'll sit inside the grill, because it's sitting there like that just looks like an afterthought. But it is what it is. If I got to use it, I got to use it, but I don't think I will. So, going to get this bumper polished up a little bit, get these lights mounted. All the parts that are coming today have came, and I think I'll leave it till everything else shows up. I'm still waiting on, like I said, the rear brake hardware, wheel cylinders, coolant temperature sensor, a couple of other little things, new belt, all that stuff. But anyway, another day or two, it should be here. The grill should be here this week, I think. And also, I went ahead and they're cheap enough, like 15 bucks a set. I got some new parking lights. These have some mold in them. These definitely have some mold. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but I'm not ready to put it on the road yet anyway. So what's a couple of extra days and 15 bucks. So new grill, new side marker lights, parking light, all that stuff. The headlights, they're pretty good. I don't have to do anything to those. I got the wires ran in here a little bit neater for the fog lights, and I'm just going to shorten this. All of this is just kind of tucked under the hood. It plugs in here, and I'm just going to shorten it and just make it look a little bit better. Get that powder coated. I might do the pulleys too while it's off, while everything's off. I don't know. But again, not a deal breaker if I don't. Got the roll pan on it. Just got to kind of finalize it, get the spare tire out, put a bracket underneath of it to steady it in the center there. And I think that's good for that. I'll probably just leave the exhaust the way it is for now. I might try and polish it. But I bought this full exhaust kit off of Amazon, and it fits wonderfully. Like I said, I've got that Flowmaster muffler on it, and it fits better than I thought. The catalytic converter bolted up decent. I mean, I didn't see any kind of problems, and everything bolted to where it was supposed to go. And had I had a bumper on it, that's exactly where it's supposed to be. So that's, again, not a deal breaker. I mean, it doesn't look as nice as, say, you know, the Extreme, where you just see the little tip sticking out, or like my 93, my black 93. I've got a Gibson exhaust on it, and that's the tip has a hanger welded to it, and that sits up in there a little bit nicer to where all you just barely see is that little tip. I could probably do the same with this, but everything is just bolted where it's supposed to be, and it's just less work you got to do if you don't have to. Again, we're not really going to be going to the shows and stuff. Yeah, I'll go to shows, but you know, we're not going to be, you know, arguing with somebody if, like, you know, you don't take home 100th place. So the compressor just kicked on, but anyway, that's going to be that. I think I might try to find a little tip for it and polish it out some to just, you know, just mess with it. But I'd like to wet sand this paint and then polish it and see how that comes out. But I went ahead and ordered me some Beltec 2-inch lowering spindles with blocks in the rear. I'm going to see if I can get away with this. I think I can. It looks good here, but when you turn the wheel, it is kind of close to the tire, kind of close back here, but again, not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker. Also, this little gadget arrived, so I'm going to play with that, see if I can figure out how to operate that, and get these parts unloaded, and wait a bit. Another day or two for everything else to arrive. Well, there it is. Got it up on those blocks that I bought from Summit. Gets it 12 inches in the air. Plenty of room to crawl under there to do oil change, transmission swap, gas tank, whatever you want. Last night we had, or yesterday into last night, we had about maybe 5-6 inches of snow. It's in the 20s right now. You see some icicles on the Workhorse over there, but got the fog lights wired up, got them aimed fairly decent, I think. All that's done, wiring's done. Of course, you're playing with plastic here, so, you know, it's not, the original stuff is better, I think. It's been a long time since I've actually had one of these that's OEM, but I do remember the little inserts back there, little slots back there, I should say, seemed a bit stronger, but it'll do, not complaining. The new grill should be here Saturday. I've got my new lights over here like I have in the other video. All these parts to go on it. That's pretty much a new parking lights and all that good stuff, but I've got everything to give it a good tune-up. All sensors, anything that can be replaced will be replaced. Alternator, even though it works fine now, it's nothing wrong with it as it is now, but I'll take those parts off and put them in a box and keep them as spares, extras, you know, like a coil, ignition module, all that stuff, alternator. Even the plugs, hang on to those. I mean, it runs fantastic. So, but that's just something I like to do. I also went ahead and ordered a new fuel sending unit. And of course I got a new pump and filter. That way I just kind of know that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. That's just stuff that I like to do. If you can afford it, do it when you can. Sometimes you can't, it is what it is. But yeah, pretty excited about it. But I got the roll pan on it. I think I've showed that in the other video. Been a while since I got back to this. But anyway, just got to put a bracket in here to get away from that. And once I polish out the exhaust, that's pretty much what it'll be. That'll look pretty decent. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Like I said in the other video, it'd be nice to have it kind of just, you know, let me back away, kind of have it kicked down, but I'm not gonna cry about it. It'll be fine. Maybe I can put a little flare on it, something like that, make it look like I wanted to do something on purpose or whatever, you know. But like I said, it doesn't look bad. I do have to loosen it up and just kind of shift things around and put it in line, make it look a little bit better. But overall, it's fine. I do have to get this kit that I bought, this exhaust kit. I am surprised at how well it actually fits. It fits friggin' perfect. No cutting of anything. I think if I had used the original muffler, I think I probably would have had to cut a little bit off to, you know, but really maybe not either. It'd have been probably right. Oh, my hand's all over the place. Sorry about that. But it'd have been maybe closer to here, but not a big deal still. But yeah, in this pipe, I bought a flaring kit, so I'm gonna flare the exit pipe. Of course, the muffler is fine, but the tailpipe itself needs to be flared just a little bit to for that band clamp to catch it. Plus, I ordered a size too small band clamp. I needed an extra 2.5, and I bought an extra 2.25. So get that, get the exhaust straight. But overall, it's on, it's done. Tomorrow, going to be taking off the differential, draining that, putting some new fluid in it, and I got a cover that I've had here for a while, so I'm going to put that on it, and call it a day with that. So also, I had a question about, I don't have a constant cold. It is constantly chilly out here. I like my door open. I do have some heat in here. Like my shop's not insulated, but I've got a nice heat and AC unit for whenever I do get it insulated, but I just like my door open. So you know how it is when you're outside, chilly, and you're constantly going. So there's that. Anyway, see what I got going on with that. So got this grill that I'm almost finished with, but here's the cover I'm going to put on. I just made me a gasket for it. I found some gasket material. I could buy one, but it's right there. Not rocket science. Just kind of put it down, trace it out, flip it over, and kind of just same way you do carpet. You just put it in here and you just kind of go around it with your finger, or take a tool or something like that, put like an engraving on it, like an indentation, and just kind of cut it out till it fits decent. That's that. Also, can't wait to do some recording with this thing here, the M7 gimbal. So maybe we'll look a little bit more professional here. But that's that for tonight. It's about 2 a.m. So I'm going in, warm up, and come out here and get started on the GMC. I think we're about 5 weeks out from the tour, so got to get this going. going now, but you know, we always got to mess with stuff to try and improve it. But yeah, you know, for my serpentine there. Like I said, a friend of mine, we do powder coating. Or I should say he does powder coating. I do sandblasters and metal prep, aluminum, and he does the powder coating and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and get this sandblasted, powder coat it, make it look kind of decent. Since I got to take everything off anyway, like the pulleys and stuff, and I've also ordered a new water pump. May as well change that. I don't know when that was changed last or if it's ever been changed. The guy that owned it said he never did it, so I can only assume. Who knows? But yeah, just little things like that, just messing around. I put the new overflow tank in it and windshield wiper fluid container in it. So that's that looks pretty nice. And new serpentine belt. Anything you can buy new if you can. I mean, even got a new radiator cap. I kind of don't, I don't know, I just like to mess around, do some things, and make things better when you can. Sometimes you can afford it, sometimes you can't. Trust me, I can tell you stories and show you pictures of when I couldn't afford it. So, you know, it is what it is. Just got to make a bracket for the roll pan to get that sturdy. I do want to try maybe wet sand it with some 3000 and then buff it and just kind of play with it, see what we can do with it. You know, like I said, like stuff like that. Yeah, who knows what that is, but you can see it all over the truck. I don't think it was buffed, but I don't know if it was how much effort went into it. Like I said, the guy got to paint it. You know, he didn't put a ton of money in it, and the guy that painted it, I think, just kind of did him a favor in a way. You know, so I'm not complaining. He wasn't complaining either. But you can see, I mean, you could leave everything just the way it is, but then I wouldn't have anything to film and make content out of. So, but yeah, like I said, it's like 25 degrees right now. And I think I'm gonna head in and I'll be back.